Welcome again to Teenager Tuesday. My name is Tysha Solomon. I am the student pastor at the Frisco East Campus. Thank you for joining us again for week 3 of A Parent's Guide to Evangelism. So grateful to have Gabe with us again this week from Collision Ministries. Thank you, sir,
Thank you,
again
Tysha.
for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Yes. We're going to jump on in today. And I know something that Collision Ministries talks about a lot is looking to your own brokenness as you are helping others in the middle of their brokenness.
Yeah.
I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about that and how we look for brokenness in our own lives, how we look for brokenness in other people's lives, and how we can use that as an evangelism tool.
Yeah, well, I think it's fair to say that every single one of us experiences some level of difficulty, some level of brokenness in life. Some to greater extents and some to lesser extents, but there is definitely something in our life that we are all needing the Lord to get through.
Yes.
And so when we look at that and we assess, hey, I'm not perfect. I need the Lord every day.
Yeah.
How much more do those around us need God when they have no idea about Him?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's where when we understand and we accept our state in us needing Jesus and that it was a free gift that gave us that relationship with God.
Yeah.
Allowing our history and our stories to then turn our heart to being, hey, I'm not just about living my life now, but I'm taking on the burden to see others brought into the kingdom of God and see their lives restored.
That's so good.
And so it takes us out of our own like little bubbles and our own towers of, oh, it's just me and I'm now the most important person in our life.
Yeah.
And it allows us to walk through the hallways of our school. It allows us to walk through the aisles at the grocery store and look for people around us who might be broken, who might be hurting, and have a story that can share hope, that can give them an encouragement.
Yeah. I oftentimes think in my own life, how do people live their lives without Jesus?
Yes.
I always think, man, I think I would feel so hopeless, just like trying to get through my day without feeling like, man, I have God on my side.
Mm-hmm.
He's working for me. He's working with me. He's fighting on my behalf.
Yes.
And when I'm struggling, I don't have to struggle alone.
Yeah.
And He will always be with me, spurring me on, helping me, but also He's created community too. And one of the things that someone told me a long time ago, and you're saying this too, but one of the things someone told me a long time ago is when we look at people, do we see them through Jesus's eyes?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because I know sometimes I see people and maybe immediately I make a quick judgment of them. Maybe even decide what their story is before I even know their story. And I just think that when our eyes shift to how I see someone in their human state, to how, and their brokenness, to how Jesus sees them as someone who He wants in their family. And we don't look at maybe all the outside factors, but we go, man, all right, God, use me to help bring more people to your family. Give me your eyes to see people when I'm in the grocery store, when I'm walking down the hallways of my school, when I'm at my job, when I'm driving my car down the road. You know, there's so many things that I wouldn't do if I didn't have Jesus. And this podcast is not about me at all. But like a few weeks ago, I was driving down the road and I saw this car broken down, and I saw this family just standing on the side of the road. And I simply pulled over. It was not a few weeks ago, it was a few months ago because it was in the heat of the summer. I pulled over and it was this family, and they had already called for a tow truck and all that stuff. But I ran to the store and grabbed them cold waters and brought it back.
Amen.
Something I probably would never have done without Jesus, because it was just seeing them in a different light. And I love that this is a part of what you teach students. Is it's not just about your brokenness, which it is, because God is obviously transforming us, changing us into who He wants us to be, but it's also about how can we use our brokenness to help others.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
In fact, none of us are perfect.
Right.
And we are never going to reach perfection this side of heaven.
Yeah.
And so why am I waiting to share the little pieces that the Lord has gotten me through?
Yeah.
All I need to know is one more thing, than the next person that I'm helping know Jesus.
Yeah.
To help them walk with that.
Yeah.
It's a process that we call duckling discipleship.
Okay.
And it looks so much like how in the Bible, Paul goes, hey, imitate me as I imitate Christ.
Yes.
Paul is still figuring things out.
Yeah.
And he's telling that to someone who he's like, hey, imitate me.
Right.
I'm trying to imitate Christ.
Right.
Find someone who's going to try to imitate you.
Yeah.
And so when we're looking at, hey, I don't need to have it all together.
Yeah.
And in fact, acknowledging that I don't have it all together at times is what other people need to hear.
Yeah.
They need to hear that, hey, I had to deal with depression this weekend.
Yeah.
Like I was anxious and I had all these thoughts that I had to submit to the Lord.
Yeah.
And so people need to hear that story. And like you said a minute ago, the Bible says that we are no longer supposed to look at people with the flesh and see their flesh nature.
Yeah.
We see them now in the spirit.
Right.
How does God see them? God sees them as someone that he created with a purpose and an identity that he wants to have an intimate relationship with and draw them back into that reconciled state.
Yeah.
We have been given the gift of the ministry of reconciliation.
Yeah.
To reconcile, to bring into restored relationship broken people to the God that can heal their brokenness.
Yeah.
God didn't come to be with a bunch of healthy people. He came to heal the sick.
Yeah.
And he's the only one who can clean them,
Right.
who can restore their brokenness and can fix them into that whole state because he's the one who originally created them.
Yeah.
And so when we bring that message and we bring that process, hey, we're all being sanctified day by day.
Yeah.
We're all having to renew our minds day by day. One day at a time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're just being continuously in that process.
Yeah.
Shown more into that image of Christ.
Yeah. Learning, growing, becoming more like Jesus, spending time with him. I know something that has really helped me. I know you just said this when Paul wrote, follow me as I follow Christ. I mean, we're hopefully teaching our students that, our kids that, but I know for me as a parent, that has helped me because I am now living in a way that my kids see all the time.
Yep.
They see me and know me more than anybody else.
Yep.
So I can say anything I want to say in front of anybody at church, but they know me behind the scenes, right? And so it's not just living for the Lord when it's convenient or more people are seeing, but it's also what does that look like behind the scenes too, right? And because the reality, as parents, we are also broken.
Yep.
We are broken human beings who are trying to figure life out and trying to do our best to live in a way that honors God, but also trying to help others live in that way too, our kids. And sometimes it feels hard.
It is hard.
It feels so hard. But I think one of the greatest things that we can do is be resolute in our intention to live for Jesus no matter what.
Yep.
And it at times it feels weighty. At times it feels a little costly. But man, our kids are watching us, and when we are modeling at home a life that is lived for Jesus, I pray God, let our kids also be modeling that in school. And then when we find ourselves living in a broken state, we can go and say to our kids, I am broken.
Yes.
I am broken, but every day
So important.
I am praying that I am being molded more into the likeness of Jesus. Yeah.
Where else in life are they going to see someone struggle with whatever it is, finances, housing situations, whatever it is? Where else are they going to see someone struggle, confess their struggle, and bring it before the God that can provide answers? Maybe have to experience delay in those answers, but remain faithful, remain hopeful, and absolutely remain with God. They are not going to learn that lesson anywhere else. They have to see it firsthand. And that is what is going to help them withstand those next stages of life when the world starts coming at them. When the adult problems, like we're all like, hey, I want to go back to being a child because adulting is hard. When they get to that point where they're like, oh no, adulting is hard. I need to bring it to God. If they haven't seen their parents model that for them, show them how to freely admit it, bring it to God, and then move forward. they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
So show them that.
Yeah.
Be open. Be vulnerable as parents.
Oh, and that can be hard.
It can be real hard.
Because it feels like we're failing.
Yeah.
But the truth is without God, we're failing anyway.
Yes.
So if we bring that in light of the gospel,
yes.
in light of who God is making us to be, it can be life-changing for our kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they get to go model that at school.
Exactly.
Too. Or wherever God puts them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, what a good conversation. Parents, I hope you continue having this at home with your kids, with your friends, with your spouse, whoever it is. I hope this conversation continues. It's something that I love and something I'm really passionate about. Thank you for joining us again for a Parent's Guide to Evangelism. Join us again next week as we continue the conversation. Parents, remember, you can do this. You're not alone. God is with you, and so are we. See you next week.